Today hasn't been a massive day of doing, not like yesterday's speaking extravaganza. But I do have plans in place to begin implementing what I learned in yesterday's workshop within the next 24 hours. I give myself this 48-hour window after finishing something like that to really go back over, fully understand, and commit to a number of specific action points that I can then start putting into place. And so that's where I am with that now. I will begin that process this evening, and then tomorrow will be the beginnings of taking some of these actions. I mean, to be fair, I've done a couple of very small things already, but it'll begin in earnest tomorrow. And what I love most about the outcome from yesterday was that I feel like I've got a bit more of a process, a bit more of a plan, I guess, rather than thinking, okay, well, I've got to get in touch with people. Who do I get in touch with? Who do I speak to? Who do I call? A process to actually uncover all of that information and to just go through it, to just do the work. I've got no problem at all doing the work, but I need to know what work to do and to know that there's at least some chance of it being fruitful and actually getting me to the right person. So I do feel pretty confident with that. So that's good. And there's a bunch of other stuff as well, obviously, from yesterday in the workshop that I'm ready to put into practice too. Today's been a bit of a day of catching up with some other stuff, prepping for a webinar that I'm giving on Thursday. This is through Camwell to one of their clients. And although it's a webinar, I've specifically said that I want it to be just kind of back and forth between me presenting and the slide deck. I don't want to just be talking over a slide deck, mainly because the slide deck's not that interesting, but mainly because I just kind of feel like I lose a lot of my power in my presentation when I'm just kind of speaking behind a deck. Though that said, the just 10 minutes and just audio, that's gone down well, but I think this is very different because I want people to engage with it in the moment, and it's 60 minutes long. So I can't just... Anyway, that's Thursday, and I'm feeling kind of ready for that. I need to go over it again, bit tonight, bit tomorrow, and we're all good. And then Gen Healthy Minds stuff as well. I spoke to Kathy today. I mean, there's a lot of potential work coming up. And it is going to be, I am going to have to be really organized for this, because it's not just, at least to begin with, it's not just delivery, it's creating content as well, creating workshops and masterclasses, and basically then being able to go and deliver those things and getting the dates booked in. So first week in March, for example, currently there were 3 days penciled in for delivering on behalf of Gen Healthy Minds. I think they're 3 half days. So I know that I need to be organised with this, otherwise it's things are going to fall through the cracks. I just do not want that to happen. Big change this year is just being more organised, being more disciplined. Spoken about this before, so I've got a bit more of a planner. I've got a bit more organisation going on, and so I'm fairly confident that I'll get to that. But like next Tuesday, for example, is the Emoquo Emotional Intelligence workshop that I observed on back in November, I think it was. Now, I will have to go back over those notes, and I need to put them into my own words. So I've got work to do before next Tuesday, when I've got to get down to Bristol to deliver this 3-hour session. So that's the sort of thing that can easily slip through the net and then leaves me in a bit of a panic. So I need to be on top of this and organised. So that, for example, I'm very aware of what needs to be done, and I've built the time in to make sure that does actually happen. As long as I stay really mindful of that, then I don't think I'm going to get caught out. And it is mainly at the stage where I'm still preparing content and delivering things for the first time. That's where it's a bit more intensive. And then once I've done it a couple of times, it's easier, because obviously I know the material, I know what I'm doing, and I've got a bit more of a feel for the dynamic that we're likely to get from the delivery of it. A bit like the high performance wellbeing workshops. I've done that a few times now, and I'm confident and comfortable with just picking that up, a quick flick through the deck, re-familiarize myself, and then go ahead and teach it. So that's all good. I had a really interesting call today with somebody, part of the NHS actually, and there's some. It's very vague. It's very kind of discovery phasey at the moment on their behalf. But we had a really good conversation, and certainly some of the things that I was speaking about that I do, she was very interested in, and there could be some opportunities there. that famous "there could be some opportunities" line. I can't remember how many times I've said that in the last 2 years, but it's still very encouraging and promising. And I've also said that what they're looking for this particular piece of work, it's bigger than just me. This is going to be something I would need to introduce Kirsten from Camwell to, and I've already kind of talk about making those introductions. Because though I can deliver some of the content and help with some of the add some value to it, what they're looking for is something that's I just don't do, but Kirsten does, and she does it very, very well. So yes, and tomorrow, one more thing. Having said it's not a very speaky day today, I've actually got quite a few updates. Tomorrow I've got a call with somebody I met in the gym actually on Sunday. We got chatting, and I said about what I do. He said, "Oh, my company in Oxford might be interested in talking to you a bit more about that." So there you go, you just don't know who you're going to bump into. So I'm speaking to her tomorrow on the phone to find out a bit more. It's one of those things where she's very much into health and fitness and well-being. She believes in it, she's a champion of it, but I'm pretty sure she's not the budget holder or the authority in making the decision about how it might look and what I could do. But at least it's a first step. I just got to be quite careful with how much time I spend on these initial inquiries before it gets to the point where I know what the budget is, I know what the real need is, and I know that they're actually serious about bringing somebody in to do something with this. So, because I spent a lot of time last year doing that to very, very low effect. So anyway, we shall see how that process works out tomorrow. So there we go. There is my update for the day. My progress, my steps forwards, my challenges, my struggles, my successes in pursuance of my goal of establishing myself as a professional speaker. You know what? I feel like I've done that now. I feel like I have established myself, but actually I still have the big goals. I still have the direction. I have the challenges that I've set myself. And so these videos now really are still tracking and logging the same things, but it's less about just establishing myself and now about really consolidating, shall we say, that kind of feeling I have of having established myself as a professional speaker. Anyway, there's my update for the day. Thanks for watching and listening. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.